Okay, this is the homework problem we had kind of issues with in class because it was kind of a long problem. It was hard to get everything on the overhead, so it might be a little bit better in this format, so let's take a look at it. And we had two functions, c of x. First function was going to be x cubed minus 2 times x. So that's actually the rule. So the c rule says c of something is something cubed minus 2 times that something. And then the d function is a different rule, 4x squared minus 6x plus 8. So this really means d of something, whatever this is going to be 4 times that something squared minus 6 times that something plus 8. So we have these two rules, and the issue is that we were going to take actually negative 2 times d of this and subtract from it 4 times c of this. So we're going to have to put these in the rule. So it's kind of complicated. So probably a better way to do this is to figure out what this is first, then figure out what this is second, and then subtract the 4c of a squared plus 1 from the negative 2 times d of this. So we're going to do this first. All right, so we've got negative 2d, and we've got 2a, and this is 2d of, so this is going to do this part over here, negative 2d of 2a plus 3. So we'll put this in the d rule, which is, that's going to be negative 2 times that, so negative 2 times, and then the d rule was this, 4 times something squared minus 6 times something plus 8. So 4 times something squared minus 6 times something plus 8. And I put the 2a plus 3 in the something. But don't forget we have a negative 2 in front of that, because that's going to be in front of the whole thing. So now we've got to simplify this out and then multiply it by negative 2, and we'll have this part. So we have to square this. So I still have the negative 2. I've got 4 times, and I've got what's 2a plus 3 times 2a plus 3. Well, if we FOIL that out, first term squared, 2a times 2a is 4a squared. Then I've got twice the product, 3 times 2 is 6. So I got 6a doubled, that's 12a. And then 3 squared is 9. Now you can FOIL that out, or you can just write 2a plus 3 times 2a plus 3, and you'll see you get this. Okay? And we have this 12a is the 3 times 2a and the 3 times 2a, because we have the outside and the inside. So just FOIL it out. You don't have any trouble there. And then I just rewrote this because I'm going to multiply this all out in one step. So this is what we got so far. Now we're still going to multiply the whole thing by 2, but I want to simplify whenever I can. So I'll multiply this out. And I got 4 times 4a squared is 16a squared. 4 times 12 is 48a. 4 times 9 is 36. Minus 6 times 2 is 12a. Minus 6 times 3 is negative 18, and then the plus 8. That comes from the original rule up here. Now I can simplify this. I still haven't multiplied by negative 2 yet. So I'll wait and I'll simplify this. It says 16a squared comes down. There's nothing else to simplify. And then I've got two a terms, 48a, negative 12a. So 48 minus 12 is 36a. And then I've got 36 minus 18 plus 8. Well, 36 minus 18 is 18. 18 plus 8 is 26. So now I've simplified all this, and I'm finally ready to multiply by the negative 2. Negative 32a squared. Negative 2 times positive 36 is negative 72a. And the negative 2 times 26 is negative 52. So that's that part. Now you could always pause this, go back, check it out step by step, make sure it all makes sense. And that's where we're at there. Okay? Now let's do this one. Negative 4 times the c rule, which is going to be something cubed minus 2 times something. So this is what we have over here. And I'm not going to put the subtraction yet, so I'm just going to take 4 times that. All right, that'll be this part over here. Not the minus, just 4 times c of a squared plus 1. So this is the rule. The c rule was something cubed minus 2 times something. Okay, go back up here. The c rule is something cubed minus 2 times something. So that's my c rule. So something cubed minus 2 times something. In this case, the something is a squared plus 1, but eventually we're going to multiply that whole thing by 4. Now we got to cube this, so we have to go back to our binomial expansion. Okay? So remember, this is my a and this is my b, so it's going to be a to the third. I'm sorry, a squared. The a squared will be my a, and this will be my b1. So I've got a squared to the third, a squared to the second times 1 to the first, so these are descending, Okay, then a squared to the first, 1 to the second, and then finally 1 to the third. Now remember, a squared is going from 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1 to none. And then the 1, which is the other component in the binomial expansion, is going from no ones, 1 to the first, 1 to the second, 1 to the third. The nice thing about this is they're all going to be 1, so that makes it easy. Now where do I get these numbers in front? These are from my Pascal's triangle. And actually I should have a 1 over there. So those are the third row of Pascal's triangle. 1, 3, 3, 1. And then I still have over here, I can multiply this out, this part, negative 2a squared, and a negative 2 times a plus 1 is a negative 2. So that's what we got. Now let's simplify this before we multiply by 4. So a squared to the third, we multiply our exponents, we get a to the 6th, 3 times, 2 times 2 is 4, so that's a to the 4th, 3 times, a squared to the first is a squared, or just multiply 1 times 2. And in each case, we're multiplying times 1 squared, which is 1. So these are all 1, so that makes it a little bit easier. And 1 times 1 cubed is 1. And we still have this over here, negative 2a squared, negative 2. So check that out. Now, if you don't remember your binomial expansion, you're going to have trouble here because we've got to expand that out. That's like a plus b cubed, except in this case the a is a squared and the b is 1. So go back and review that if you didn't get that. Okay, now we can simplify in here. We have an a to the 6th term, a to the 4th term. We got 2a squared terms, so I got to simplify this. So 3a squared minus 2a squared is just 1a squared. And then I've got 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So that's all in here, but I have to multiply that by 4. So here we go. So 4 times a to the 6th is 4a to the 6th. 12a to the 4th, 4a squared, and minus 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. So that's that. Okay? So that's the other part. So now we've got, this is our original problem. 2 times d of 2a minus 2 times d of 2a plus 3 minus 4 times c of a squared plus 1. So we've already figured out this and this, so we just have to subtract them. So I've got that over here. So again, this is what we got. So this over here was, go back and see, negative 32a squared minus 72a minus 52. There's my negative 32a squared minus 72a minus 52. And then the 4c of a squared plus 1, that was the 4a to the 6th, 12a to the 4th, 4a squared minus 4. And that's what we have with it. So now we're going to subtract those. We'll subtract this from that. So I just multiply everything by a negative sign. This stays the same. Negative 4a to the 6th, negative 12, negative 4, positive 4. And then I just go descending powers. I've got 1a to the 6th, so I've got negative 4a to the 6th, 1a to the 4th, negative 12a to the 4th. And then I've got a couple of a squared terms. So I've got negative 32a squared and negative 4, so that's negative 36a squared. And then I've got two numerical terms. Negative 52 plus 4 is negative 48. And there you go. So that was a doozy. And it's mostly just organizing it. So if you do it nice and neat, there's no trouble. I try to do it on the overhead, and I try to do both these at the same time, and that's where it got a little bit confusing. So this makes more sense. Okay? So I hope that helps.